What's up, everybody? This is John.
And I'm Brady.
And we are the Prop Garage.
Yep, we are.
And today we have a treat for you. Our newest video, we are going to be modifying the Walmart Ghost Trap. And we're going to go for a more screen-accurate look. You know, this trap is pretty awesome on its own.
Yep.
I mean, it just needs a little bit of, I guess, I wouldn't say TLC, but RLC, rough loving care, to make this thing look like it's been used out busting some ghosts.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, we are disassembling this guy. We're taking the screws out. There is 4 screws here, and then 5 if you count the battery compartment.
Yep.
We're going to store all of our screws in this little container right here. I don't know if y'all saw that. Actually, I'm going to put it right there. We had actually modified a trap earlier, and we were going to do a few changes to it.
Starting with the trap pedal.
But we had a little incident where, I don't know how it happened, but when we started disassembling, the head of the screw just popped right off. So in lieu of getting in there with the screw, plus there was also something wrong electrical with the trap. We had an incident where either something got sat on, or...
That's even newer!
Oh yeah, they moved that up there, didn't they?
They're moving every time we get one of these.
So, we act like we've never seen the inside of a trap before.
This is the third time.
But this is the third different trap we've been inside, and this is the third different configuration of where the wiring is. Now, hold on a second.
Okay,
let's
they move
get
it every time. I wonder why.
Well, they redesign things. They find more efficient ways to.
Like first it was, I guess see they still have that slot there. So
yeah, because they're still using the same. No, we don't have long enough. I am going to take a quick snapshot.
Good idea.
Of that wiring layout.
Yes.
There we go.
That one wasn't so
popped.
lucky.
All right, so
Let's
we
go
got
ahead
one. We got an easy one to go on, and then we got one we'll have to drill.
We should get rid of the screws.
Let's hold off on that until we get ready to reassemble, because we may.
No, I'm talking about the screws.
Yeah, go ahead. We're going to flush cut these a little bit so we can.
That's clean.
3D print some M3 socket head screws.
Now we'll just sand that flush.
Yeah, a little bit of sand paper right there. We'll do the trick. All right, that one right there. Gotta scratch it up so we can primer this bad boy. We're gonna primer it, and then we're going to let it sit.
Primer it.
Yeah, and then we're going to let it sit overnight, so the primer will, sit and really cure really well.
Almost there.
So we're going to get the old handy dandy Dremel out, and
we're going to start cutting off.
We're going to cut off the knob. This is the part where we need to be really, really careful, or we could really make a big mistake.
Who are you acting as?
I don't know who I'm acting as, actually. Well, actually I do, but you guys are too young to remember to even know what the show is. I mean, in all truthfulness, the show was on before I was born, but I watched there was some channels that had had it. But it was the show called The Real McCoys. If there's any of you dads out there who remember that, give us a thumbs up, give us a like if you remember The Real McCoys. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. And hit and ring that bell. Thank you, Matthew. You're a better spokesperson at this than we are.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Specifically when I'm hot.
You can straighten this button up, knob up a little bit.
Oh wow, that is a sanding block's worst nightmare.
Yeah, you can try to work on that knob a little bit.
What's the saying, Bob?
This, trying to fix this. It's like that's gonna be impossible to do right there. See how it's like that?
You just gonna have to sand on it a little bit.
I know, but I mean, it's like it's starting to sort of tear on the sandpaper thing. Sanding block.
All right, there we go. I think that'll.
So we're going to be removing this thing for
Panel.
yeah, panel. We're going to be removing this electrical thing for
He's young, ladies and gentlemen.
for painting. That's the word I'm looking for. Ah, there we go. Now we're going to be getting rid of the on-off text. Boom! No more on-off text.
All right, guys, we are back with our ghost trap modification. We had to let this part right here get 3D printed last night, so we are ready to add that onto the trap. So here we go. We are going to super glue this guy down, and then we are going to prime this guy. So go ahead and add us some glue. Don't go too heavy.
No, I'm just going like around it a few times.
There we go.
You know, I'm going to spray this right here.
Okay, yeah, give it a little spray for the accelerant right there. That's good. All right. Make sure it is where you want it, because that's going to
Stick immediately.
yes. Okay, so here we go. Let's spray some paint.
Okay.
Is that like the Ghostbusters thing? Like, let's catch some ghosts? Or is that like the other thing? Should I get the fan gun?
Probably.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to let this dry for a little while.
And then we paint it, guys. We have let the primer dry for a few days now. It's been raining and we just now are about to make it look like metal with Rust-Oleum silver metallics. So we're gonna do that now. Let's spray it. Okay. Oh, you're gonna take the rest of them. Let me have it. Some.
Who bought the paint?
Can I?
I want to paint.
I want to paint.
Fine.
Yay!
No, I don't.
Don't you dare do it. Oh! See, that's why I wanted to leave it down there.
Yeah.
Good thing nothing cracked.
I would be seriously concerned if.
Oh, you're doing that on purpose.
No, if I was doing it on purpose, I'd be doing this.
Ah! Now you're doing it on purpose.
Yes, now I did it on purpose.
Now we need to let that dry.
Yep, we'll be back in a little while.
There we go. Okay, so we are going to be roughing these up right here because there's not enough room on the table to do that, so we're doing that here. So we're going to smooth these down and then clean it. Okay, so we're starting to claw through that paint. Almost there. I'm sure you don't want to see me do all that again, do you? So yeah, but you're gonna have to do that again and then we clean it. Okay, we're gonna start priming this now. So. There we go. got that primed, and we just need to wait for that to dry, and I have white all over my hands now. Okay, so now we are going to be adding paint chipping to our ghost trap using toothpaste. I mean, it's cheap and readily available. I mean, you could use latex, that would work too, but...
So what is the, so explain, what does the toothpaste do for the trap?
Well, the toothpaste, it won't dry when the paint is on it. So, so then you can just add, like, so you just rub it off with water and you have paint chipping.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and do that. Just gonna graze some edges. Just, whoops. Got stuck in the tape. Let's do some masking. Now, for the masking, we're just going to be masking off a few things like these panels here. And this panel, but we're mainly masking off this. Oh yeah, and that guy over there. That's important.
This piece. A little bit of help with the cameraman.
Okay, that piece has been masked. This piece is gonna be gold right here. Now let's do some more masking. Okay, so we're going to be painting this piece gold. Let's see here. So, I'll be right back for a second. Yeah, we're good. Gold. Cut. Okay, now that we have everything masked up, we are going to paint it black. We've also added the toothpaste. And here's the doors.
We decided not to bore you guys with all the masking. We spared your lives. And your spirits and your souls. Ooh. ahead and unmask
Okay.
that. I think we can go ahead and, now that we've got all this, I think we can go ahead and unmask it while since
Okay.
we're done with the paint.
We'll start with this piece.
Yep, go ahead and start with the gold. Show me the gold.
Okay.
Oh, that looks good.
Before and after. Before, after.
You sound like an optometrist. Number 1 or number 2?
This one or that one?
Yeah.
Okay, now for the rest of this.
Yep, go ahead and take the tape off. Let's see how we're...
That stuff's sticky.
I got a little bit, I missed a cut right there.
But everything else is perfect.
But, you know, that doesn't look too bad. I mean, if you think about it, that looks like a,
Paint.
just
Where?
like a...
Like the paint is wearing. Oh, actually, I did that piece. You did this one. Because remember, you masked off
Oh,
the
that's
knob.
right, yeah.
Oopsies.
You didn't cut it with the X-Acto, did you?
Nope. Because you had the X-Acto.
I should have checked it.
That piece is actually really clean. Because you had the X-Acto the whole time.
Not bad. It could have been better, but not bad.
Ooh, that's nice red. Okay, so we've given the paint, I don't know, how long have we given that? Few minutes to dry, about an hour maybe? The paint's not coming off.
Okay, good deal. And it smells minty fresh too.
Yep. Dang. Okay, just a few pieces left and then we'll be done.
Looking good.
Here we go. Now,
All right.
let's just see how everything looks. I just want to see how it look. Where's that last piece?
So a little shot of what we're looking at so far.
And here's that electrical tape. Let's do some drilling.
Okay, you all probably remember the last, when we were cutting this guy off. Well, now it's time to reattach it. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole into the body of the trap through this plate, and then we're going to put a screw in there, and then we are going to reattach it. Seeing as how there is no threads in here, what we're going to do is we're going to put the screw in there for the support, fill this guy full of hot glue, and then mount it on the trap.
Yep.
So let's get
Can I?
started. Okay.
That's clean.
And it's clean. We're going to use a little bit of super glue to mount this guy in the trap. Use our best friend, the accelerant.
Give it a few seconds.
Because now, all we got to do is use a little bit of hot glue, fill up, and we're going to fill up the original piece there with some glue. All right, and we're going to stick it on there. All right, and let that
dry. So we can't
dry.
touch that piece anymore until that is dry.
And that should
Let's
be
get these
dry
cat
here
hairs
in just
off.
a couple of minutes.
Let's get the cat hairs off.
All right, that should be dry here in a couple of minutes. See,
Time
it's
for
on
the
there.
stripes.
So now we're going to be doing, in the
Moment
meantime,
you've all been waiting for.
we're going to be adding, more like the moment he's been waiting
Yes.
for. We're going to
door's
be
just
adding the
looking
stripes
complete.
to the door.
Okay, let's put on the electrical tape for doors.
All right, you want to make sure you start this one. Start it like
Right here?
more like right there. It's got a little bit, if you look at our reference picture right there, it's got a little more. And we can fix that in a minute.
Right here?
About like right there. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. All right, and I'll take care of the cleanup. All right, let's check one of these before we get too many drilled to see.
If it'll fit. I'm going to use the exact right here.
See how that's going to do.
Maybe the hammer?
No, it's going to fit perfect. So when we left you all for a little bit of a time travel, we were installing the, well, you want to show them? we were adding the screws in. We had 3D printed these screws, and
we had troubles with them.
We got them in. We had a little bit of trouble with the screws.
Head popping off.
Some heads popping off, but you know, yes, I opted to go to the 3D printing route with the screws. But we also kind of started to assemble a few things. And then that's when the whole world fell apart.
Yep.
So during, trying to get a few pieces assembled, we had a speaker wire come off, and
Then this
and
came off.
then we had some issues with the solder with trying to get it to work, and then we ended up having to basically switch out the whole system board that was in this trap. This is the system board that was on this trap.
Yep.
This trap is what I want to call
Mark III.
the Mark III trap.
With the Mark II insides.
Yeah, that I have moved to that have put Mark II.
Mark II and a half.
Fortunately, the body is
same.
the exact same. The only thing that they changed was the system board.
And the plate.
This is the Mark III system board.
Yep.
Right here. And if you notice, for those of you who have modded spirit traps before, it's quite different. The Mark II trap, the light was connected via a wire down to the board, because the system board, if you notice, which Brady is closing the trap up and I can't show.
Sorry.
Is now down here. In the Mark IIIs, they actually put the system board up here in the top. So where I'm showing you, so I see like there's the switch, and so they were able to eliminate some of the wiring connectors, but what they did was they soldered some wires on, like the speaker wires, where in the Mark II they had a plug-in connector. And the soldering work on this Mark III is quite bad. I'm not much. The Mark II is not much better, to be honest with you, but at least a lot of the stuff was using connectors. So we ended up having to put in the system board from a Mark II. So I'm not even 100% positive this is going to work once we get everything assembled. We even had to change the drive motor out, because the drive motor on a Mark III, the power connector wouldn't reach down to the Mark II system board. So this thing has been totally Frankenstein together.
Yep.
So we're getting ready to assemble. So Ghostbusters, assemble. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of shiny tape in there.
I thought it was aluminum tape.
Nah, this isn't aluminum.
This is bought this at Hobby Lobby for like $4, and we can add that in there, and it gives the inside of the trap just a little more.
Like more shiny.
It reflects the light out of the trap, so that really helps with making things a little brighter.
No. Well, since it is COVID, how are you going to roll the trap?
Okay, I think we've got our.
All
All right, we got our tape in there. All right, let's see. It gives a little bit more reflection, a little shine, helps it.
Maybe it'll show it in the dark or something.
Okay, so now that we have pretty much got the trap back together and reassembled, we are getting ready to add the weathering. And what we're going to use is a little bit of oil paint, a little black and brown, mix it together, and it will
Give us a nice
oily, metallic look.
Okay, well,
You just go to town on that thing.
Okay.
How much brown, how much black do you have?
Is that enough to finish up a trap?
I think so, yeah. looks more brown than, well, yeah, okay. We're dirtying it up. Might need a little more paint, I don't know. Let's see what you can do. Let's hit that up.
So hit every single spot. What about on the handle? How about on the electric tape?
We forgot to add electric.
We can add that in a minute. So while Brady is doing that, if you guys haven't watched our other videos, Matthew, turn around and let's show them your Poke Pack.
Turn it on.
You know, this is.
Don't have lights on, remember?
Yeah, you don't have any lights in it yet. We're going to be doing a video with the lights here soon. But this is his Pokemon themed Proton Pack. The cyclotron down there is going to look like a Pokeball. Once we get the lights in there, we just got our Arduino this week. Once we get the lights in there, stay back around there. We're going to do a light for 4 of the main colors of energy. Red for fire, blue for water, green for leaf, and yellow for lightning. And so we're going to let, when that cyclotron spins, it's going to spin up those lights that way, and then we may do the same cycle up here on the bar graph, and there's 6 up there.
So we'd have 3 colors.
So
Water,
we may do something different up there, but you know, I feel like that turned out really well. The coloration, he's got his Spangler one all attached to it.
For some reason, the split one's not that great.
That's
Well,
'cause you have work to
Yeah,
do
the
to-
split limb, you gotta work it a little bit, and it'll get better. But yep, he's gonna
the
be
ghost
busting.
trap I
He's
need?
gonna be busting some Pokemon ghosts. So here we go.
We're not done yet.
You're not quite done yet.
No. I think the
So if you
wheels
guys
should have a
like
ton
the
of
video, please subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Give us a thumbs up. I will tell you our next project that we're going to be working on,
Mjolnir,
aside from the lights on the Proton Pack, but once we step away from some of our Ghostbuster projects, we're going to be doing Thor's Hammer Mjolnir. And we're going to be doing that guy out of EVA foam, and we're going to use
What about the hammer part?
That's the EVA.
that's the
foam.
hammer part.
What about the
handle.
The handle. I haven't quite
PVC
decided
pipe.
on a handle.
put
I'm
a 3D print like a handle, and like wrap around EVA foam, and like paint it like brown with little bits of silver for the hands.
Well, here's actually what I've got in mind for the handle, Matthew. I'm either going to use a PVC pipe or maybe a wooden dowel. And then we're going to wrap it with leather and use that as our handle. But I haven't decided between the PVC pipe and the, you go with it. That way you know you're not going to use too much or overuse it. You kind of keep it at a little bit of an angle so it lays down. There you go. And then you can run it back the other
That's what I was
direction.
gonna do.
Yeah. Just like so. And action. Okay, so we now have our completed ghost trap. We've got it all painted up, weathered up. We've got some split loom, which I think we're going to get another little bit more split loom to make
And
that fit.
a bit smaller.
Yeah.
Bits.
So we got the tape on the inside to give it a little bit brighter light. So we're going to go bust some ghosts.
I'll go get it.
So in the meantime, guys, be safe out there. Ring that bell, subscribe to our channel, and be safe, and God bless.
Bye.